Morning, guys.
Well, how you doing that camp?
You would celebrate that?
Yeah, I'm celebrating.
That?
You had so much to talk about. Where are they? Where are they, Joy? Where are the hen and
You would-
the second valve?
You would celebrate
Yeah, I
what
celebrate.
happened in the third quarter?
What happened in the third quarter?
Embarrassment.
No. See, I don't like to do installations. I like to do the totality. I can tell you what happened in the game.
Oh, wow. Boy, it was a blowout, wasn't it, Shannon? It was a cigar of a blowout.
Whoa, talk about.
Oh.
I just want to know.
Here, let me have one, too.
Oh, you want one? I got you. You know, just so happen I got you one.
I'll put it in my nose.
Because you know it's over for your team on Tuesday, right? You know it's over for your team. But my team, Joey, no, Braun. How Braun look like that?
Yeah, because those refs said, let there be Braun.
You need to stop.
Yeah.
You know what, Skip? I'm done.
We got to protect him.
I'm done with you.
We got to make sure he advances.
I'm done with you,
We're
Skip.
just starting.
How was your speech at Vanderbilt?
Oh, it was great.
You tell him.
By the way, who is it? Somebody? She's not getting it.
Whoa, my daughter.
Your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, she's out.
Whoa, I thought you were going to put some good words in for me.
They had 32,000 applicants for last year's freshman class, and 1,600 got in.
She's going no. She's great. She's going to be med school.
Oh, then she's definitely no way.
I know they ain't got 32,000 applicants for med school.
All right.
Well, let's get started, and let's start with the Cavs. They beat the Pacers last night, 104-100, to tie the series at 2 games apiece. LeBron led the way with 32 points and 13 rebounds, and Kyle Korver hit 2 clutch three-pointers late in the fourth. But there was a little bit of controversy as well. With under 10 seconds left, the Cavs were inbounding the ball with a 3-point lead. The pass came to Jeff Green, and he got tangled up with Lance Stevenson. One official called it a jump ball, but it eventually was ruled a foul on Lance. Green then hit the first free throw to put the game away. Afterwards, Stevenson and Green talked about that play. Let's take a listen.
It's real tough to keep your composure, but I mean, you have to. End of the day, it's basketball. It's on the basketball court, and nobody's going to fight on the basketball court, honestly. But, those type of plays, you have to really, try to keep your head. I tried. I did. I was, smart in that situation, being a tight game. But you got to try to look past that. The key is to win. For us to win is big. And, if I would have reacted, that would have set us back definitely. So, I'm glad I kept my composure.
Try to get a jump ball, just try to get the ball back to us. But it was they called a foul. Nothing seriously happened. They played good today. They challenged us today, and they made some adjustments, and they played smart. They deserve to win today.
Shannon, did they get the call right?
Now he want to be all even keeled. Now he want to be mild-mannered. Trying to get the ball, trying to get the ball back for us. They called a foul. They played better. No, that's not what you said the other night. You was talking all big and bad. They would panic. Yeah. We get them down 3-1. We be in the driver's seat.
That is true.
Nah, you were never in the driver's seat. You know why the Pacers weren't in the driver's seat? Because we have something they don't.
Huh. Was it a foul, Joey?
Yeah, it was a foul.
I heard a whole different answer. I don't know
exactly it was a foul, and I'm glad we had a veteran official, old Kenny Meyer, who was under the basket, which you didn't see. I saw all along because I was on the bed, me and my boys. We were watching this game with no sound, of course. And one of them barked and said, "Daddy, that's a foul." I said, "Yeah, it was a foul." Wow. He wasn't a veteran official. He gonna talk about jump ball. This is not the WWE, Skip Bayless. You don't get to wrap your arms around a guy's head, flip him down, and talk about, "Oh yeah, it's a jump ball." He needs to stop with these shenanigans, Skip Bayless. And that should be beneath a player of Lance Stevenson. He's in the NBA, Skip. This is not a black top basketball. This is not some rec league. He's doing all these shenanigans, and you think it's funny. You think it's cute that he got a technical foul called on Braun. He followed Braun.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. I know you was thinking.
I mean, he just got it. He did it. It wasn't cute. It was great.
He followed that man to his huddle. Now, see, if Braun would have put that two-piece extra crispy on him with no sides.
They would have thrown him out?
Well, yeah, that's what you want. But Braun's smarter than that. But he going to get him. I told Braun, once he get to 40,000 points, 10,000 rebound assists, I want you to swing on Lance Stevenson to cut some of this bull jive out. Yeah, it was a foul. They got the call right. And finally, Cleveland did what they were supposed to do down the stretch. which was fight a very game team off in their building because they succumbed to the pressure on Friday. But LeBron James refused to lose in Ole Miss the fourth quarter because in the first half, he was colder than the sun rising with an overcoat on, Jordan. He couldn't buy a basket. But guess what? When we needed him the most, he came up for it. And Jeff Green saw a couple of shots go in, so Jeff Green played good, too.
Really?
Yeah.
So, wait, does that mean LeBron does have help?
No.
Sounds like he does.
Well, I tell you what. How about this here?
I don't know. You never know from night to night. He has no help. He has
How about this here?
He has no help.
How about this? When our second best player, which is Kevin Love, can average more than 12 points a game and shoot better than 36% from the floor, then you come talk to me. When LeBron can get a teammate to score at least 20 points in one of these games other than him, then talk to me.
Okay.
But until then, what we talking about?
I don't know.
Exactly.
So, are you finished?
I'm done.
So, is it now Church League basketball that we're talking about? You seem to call it Church League basketball.
This kind of basketball, Skip, they played this kind of basketball in the mid-90s. They've done away with it. You know that, I know that. So don't be talking about, oh, this is just playoff basketball. No, it's not.
You know, it's interesting what Ty Lue said after the game about Lance Stevenson. He didn't have a negative word to say about Lance. He said he's a throwback player. He reminds me of back when I played. When I first got in the league, guys were physical. That's interesting. You love that physicality, said Ty Lue of Lance Stevenson, and he brings that and toughness. Sometimes they're going to call it, sometimes they're not. That's an interesting take on a very dicey situation at the end of that game because, to me, again, I actually covered this game back in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s when it was real basketball.
I remember watching it.
This was a cut and dry jump ball. This was not a common foul. This was not a technical foul. Lance Stevenson reached around Jeff Green's head and got both hands on the basketball, and then the two of them fought to the floor over the basketball. There was some interaction on the floor. Jeff Green got frustrated. He pushed back a little bit. I don't care. I'm not calling any of that. And I found it highly enlightening that when Chris Webber, and you didn't have the sound up, obviously, but Chris Webber was analyzing the game, doing color commentary for TNT, and he immediately assumed that there was going to be a technical foul, as he said on the air, on Jeff Green. So did I.
For what?
For his little pushing down.
He tried to get out. How you get up? Let me ask you a question. If you fall on the ground, how you get up? You put your hands down, you get up. It just so happened that he was up under him, and he did some chest compression to get up off it.
So, Shannon, what always happens in the National Football League, the second guy always gets caught.
Exactly.
Isn't that right?
That's exactly.
So the second guy in this little fracas was Jeff Green because he got frustrated.
Trying to get up, Skip.
Okay, and he's pushing and shoving, and I'm thinking, well, if they're going to overanalyze the situation and overreact to it, then Jeff Green is going to get a technical foul, and I'm assuming, I'm waiting to see the camera cut to the Pacers free throw line because I'm looking for Oladipo to step up and shoot a technical free throw in that case. And Chris Webber was shocked when Kenny Maurer finally announces, no, Jeff Green got fouled because Kenny Maurer immediately threw up the fist for a foul. But the other referee, Pat Frere, again, not as decorated as Kenny Maurer, but he immediately signaled jump ball. So we did have disagreement. And then the guy they put on TNT from the league office, that guy.
Don't put that's his job.
Borgia.
Yeah, he explained to you.
He's a league man. He's just going to spin it to protect the referees. Okay, so I don't even know why we put him on, but that's fine.
You do know.
And Joe Borgia says, well, we had to look at it several times just to see if there was a hostile act involved.
Yeah.
Hostility. Then he brought up headlock. As in Lance put a headlock on
Yes.
A headlock? He had both hands on the basketball and he's trying to rip it away.
Look at that picture. Look
you know what that's called? That's called hard basketball.
No.
That's called end of game, let them play basketball.
No.
That's where you just say, way to go, guys. You're playing hard. And Ty Lue was actually impressed by how hard the opposing player was playing on Jeff Green.
But Skip, you were covering the league when I got into the league in the 90s, and it was physical brand of football. Yep. They don't allow you to play that way anymore.
Yep.
So I had to stop and change my way of thinking, and even when on television, I was like, yeah, back in my day, but this is not back in your day. This is not when Ty Lue came in the late 90s, early 2000s. They've done away with that brand of basketball because they saw what it was escalating to. They don't want that anymore. anymore, Skip. So Lance Stevenson put the guy in the headlock. Kenny Maurer, who was Johnny.
In a headlock?
Yeah,
Did he grab him around the neck and hold on with both hands in a headlock?
Put him in a sleeper hold. But Kenny Maurer,
did he not have his hands on the basketball?
Kenny Maurer,
Isn't that the object?
Kenny Maurer.
Wait a second. You're not trying to separate Jeff Green from his head. You're trying to separate the basketball from Jeff Green.
Because
right?
Kenny Maurer is so esteemed and thought of in such high regards, he was right where he was supposed to be, up under the basket.
Yep.
He immediately raised his fist like this is a foul. I don't really know because they just wanted to build a drama in it because we already know what was going to happen.
Okay,
it was over, and they were going back to Cleveland tied 2-2.
When Kenny Maurer raised his fist,
right on.
You know what he was doing?
What?
That was a reputation overreaction foul on Lance Stevenson. What did you just say about Lance a couple of minutes ago? Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks antics, shenanigans, roughhousing, what gray area, whatever you want to say.
It is.
That's Lance's reputation. So Kenny Maurer is going to overreact and raise his fist quickly.
He just got a common foul.
I got a foul. I know.
That's a common foul. He didn't call it. He didn't TMA.
Common unfoul.
It was
there was no foul.
And then you saw the one with Victor Oladipo banked in the three-point shot. Here come Lance Stevenson, run dead into the back of Larry Nance Jr. and try to get a charge. Come on, Skip. It's time out for that.
But this was a crucial play at the end of the game, and I'm not saying it would have changed the game. I'm not saying the Pacers got robbed, but they did get robbed of the opportunity to have a jump ball down at their end of the floor, albeit Jeff Green is 6 feet 9 inches tall and Lance is 6'5".
And he wasn't going to win the jump ball.
Well, I don't think he would have either. But stranger things have happened. You've seen jump balls. Maybe Kenny Maurer throws it up and chokes a little bit and throws it a little to the left, and maybe Lance gets his hand on the ball first. Maybe Oladipo gets the tip and throws up another desperation prayer like he just had. Maybe they tie it and send it to overtime. I know it's a long shot, but you have to give them that shot. You know it, and I know it.
You had ample opportunity. It should have never come down to this. As cold as the Cavs were shooting. Like I said, at some point in time, Skip Bayless, LeBron James is going to have a teammate to give him 20 points in the ball game. Every other team that's played in the playoffs have had another guy give them at least 20 points in the game. When does LeBron get that? He's averaging 32, 12, and 7, and he's tied 2-2 in a series.
So I need you to explain something to me because this was another weird LeBron game for me. And again, I just sit back kind of in awe of what's happening. They were up 10 at half, am I right?
Yes.
And then in the third quarter, I don't know what happened. LeBron it was kind of like Alonzo would do as a rookie for the Lakers occasionally. LeBron just sort of disengaged. He takes 3 shots. He doesn't make any of them, and he mostly just facilitated around the perimeter.
Saving it.
And I'm thinking, what are you doing? And they lose the third quarter 28-20. This is do or die now for LeBron. Again, could they come back from 3-1 against this team? Sure they could. But would you like their odds? You probably wouldn't love their odds if they'd fallen down.
As long as I got that guy, I told you I don't fear anything, Skip.
Right, so
I'll go anywhere, anytime with LeBron James.
So what were you saying to your little boys, your dogs?
Yeah.
What were you telling them in the third quarter when all of a sudden Indiana wins the third quarter 28-20 and it's a 2-point game? What's going on?
Well, it's better than them losing like they did on Friday when they only scored 12 points.
That was pretty hard to believe.
But the little one was sleeping. He was snoring.
Yeah.
But the other one, I told him, I said, it's going to be okay. I said, LeBron didn't bring us this far to leave us now.
Okay. Well, then I don't know where LeBron would have been without Kyle Korver.
Whoa!
I don't know where he would have been.
Time out.
Were those not the 2 biggest shots of the playoffs so far for the Cavaliers?
Why would he pass that ball to Kyle Korver? Now, you just told me last year he should have never passed that ball. Now, I can have it played back for you.
That was do or die.
Whoa. Let me finish. Now, you in A Few Good Men, Kathy asked Nathan Jessup, played by Jack Nicholson, would you like the court to play back what your previous testimony? No, I know what I said. You said Kyle Korver could not make those shots in that moment. Now you're praising him.
That was the finals. That's do or die in the finals. So you're either going to sink or swim in the finals. You got one shot at it, and I think I want the best player on the planet guarded by Iguodala in the lane. I think I want him just to take it.
But okay, let me ask you a question. So is this not do or die? If Kyle Korver doesn't make those shots, are they going to be able to hold on? Because here come Indiana.
Wait, if I can just play back, what's the Few Good Men line?
Yeah. You want your previous testimony?
Previous testimony. You just told me as long as I got that guy, you fear nothing.
Yeah.
So I guess it wasn't do or die. These are the Pacers. Those were the Golden State Warriors in the finals.
The Pacers.
Yeah.
The one that you say they play a slow, methodical pace.
They do.
They do not fear them. They've beaten them 4 out of 5 times. You was over here, had your boom, boom. Every time I try to say something, you hit the tambourine, ding, or you just had it going the first game. Now, all of a sudden, you don't want to give Skip. See, I knew this was going to happen.
Yep.
This is what you're going to do, Skip Bayless. LeBron James is going to come up out of the East, and you're going to say the East is weak. That's what you'll do. Now, when they beat them the first time,
have you been checking out those Sixers?
I don't worry about the Sixers. I don't worry about the Sixers.
East is weak.
Joy need to worry about the Sixers.
There's a new beast in the East.
Joy needs to worry about the Sixers.
Well, she does.
We have something.
But ultimately, you do.
Skip. What? Tell me
which side of your mouth are you talking
I
out
just
of?
want to know what
He's got no help. It's LeBron versus Embiid and Ben Simmons.
Okay, I give you a prime example.
Yeah.
Look at the Pelicans. Anthony Davis goes for 41. Can you tell the people at home what Drew Holiday do? He had 40. Anthony Davis goes for 47.
47.
Drew has 41.
Yep.
Rondo has 17 assists. The night before.
Yeah.
Oh, Mirotic goes off. Anthony Davis has 28. The second game, Holiday has 31, and Anthony Davis has another.
And your point is?
My point is, as long as if your second best player is doing what he's supposed to do, Skip, this is a sweep. When is Kevin Love going to give me what he normally does in the regular season?
He tore a ligament in his left hand. You don't think it's bothering him some?
Hell, he ain't left-handed. He's right-handed.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I don't whoa. I don't do excuses.
he did have 11 rebounds. That works.
I don't do excuses.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Because I'm in the results-based business.
Oh. Okay.
That's all I do, results.
Okay.
And I got that guy right there, Skip, 6'9", 260, from Akron. I mean, a lot of times, Joe, sometimes when I'm walking, 'cause a lot of times when things going good, Joe, I see 4 sets of footprints. Me and Brian walking side by side. But then things start to go a little haywire.
Wait,
no!
Are you still stalking him?
No!
Like,
And then when things start to go bad, I notice there's only 2 sets of footprints. I'm like, well, hold on, bro, what's going on? He said, bro, I'm carrying you. I'm still here with you, but I'm carrying you now.
Really?
Yeah.
Picked you up.
Yeah. He carrying us home. Now what?
Do you know how lucky you were last night after LeBron, the technical, was drawn by Lance Stevenson?
He followed him.
Tricked into it.
Skip, the man followed him to the bench. Now, you know that's highly inappropriate.
And LeBron lost it for a second. Given LeBron's stature in this game, he just lost it and he shoved him.
Yeah, he
and
did.
of course, Lance flopped. He's going to flop.
Yes.
But he got him. He got under his skin and he got in his psyche and he got a technical foul on LeBron James. What's he had, like 13 in his whole playoff career?
Yeah.
Way to go. And at that point, Oladipo steps to the free throw line, 6:12 remaining in the game, and he makes the free throw. And guess who's ahead by 3 at that point?
Pacers.
Indiana was
And you
ahead by
feeling
3.
good.
I was just like, well, this is going to be a battle to the wire. And guess what the Pacers proceeded to do? Over the next 6 minutes, they missed 9 of their next 10 shots. And Oladipo turned into Ola uh-oh, because every time he touched the ball, something bad happened.
Whoa! I thought you liked him. He's better than George Paul.
Well, he did have 32 in game number 1 on 6 of 9 3-point shots.
That was so long
Remember
ago.
that? And ever since,
Yeah.
boy, he's not been very good, because
Yeah.
he's now shooting 26% from 3 in the last 3 games. And in the fourth quarter, he was 2 for 8 last night. And that included that one desperation 3 at the end that almost made it back to a game.
And if Bogdanovich doesn't have the game of his life on Friday, they're down 3-1.
And he went 0 for 3 in the fourth quarter, and nobody could buy a basket. And LeBron got really lucky. Very fortunate that Kyle Korver hit the 2 bombs of the game. Did they not turn the whole game around?
That's what we call him fourth quarter.
Okay, so you got that going for you. But mostly the Pacers and their number 1 star, he turned into a number 2 or 3 star in the last couple of games, for sure. Last night he did, and you were very fortunate. They missed 9 of their next 10 shots, and it was ugly because
You make it seem like we went 10 for 10.
They degenerated into this parade of solo acts. they dribble, whoever dribbled the ball up the floor, it could be Collison, it could be Ola, it could be Lance.
Oh, now he Ola,
Yeah, Ola,
hold on.
But they're dribbling the ball up the floor, and whoever dribbled the ball, they would just try to go one-on-one and get a shot up. And the Cavs locked down a little better on defense. They're not very good.
Whoa, hold up.
Down a little better.
Just last week, hell, I thought you was Dizzy Gillespie. You was out here trumpeting Oladipo's calls. Now, all of a sudden, he Victor Ola, Oh, no.
Well, last night he was.
No, I'm not going to let you do that.
Well,
I'm
I
not
just
gonna let you
react
do
to
that.
what I see.
No.
I'm not a Pacers
No,
fan.
I don't want you to be a prisoner of the moment.
Yeah.
That's not what we do here, Skip.
Well, he did have a breakout year offensively. Every offensive category across the board, Oladipo broke out.
But what does his history say?
I don't know. He doesn't have any real playoff history.
No, what does his history say as a player? What does my guy history say? All-time great.
Yeah.
All-time great.
Well,
most people say he the GOAT.
Yeah. All I know is that your guy last night was embarrassing me playing defense. Your guy, do you realize what he did the whole night? He played a one-man zone standing beneath the basket. LeBron just goes and stands under the basket, the opposing team's basket, and he calls out defenses. Hey, go over there.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah.
Double him.
Quarterback of the D.
Go. LeBron's just standing under the basket. He's doing nothing.
He Ed Reed freelancing.
What are you doing? What are you doing? And he'll take one of the bigs who doesn't leave the lane so he can just kind of take it easy on defense. Do you realize this? Think about this. Just to put this in perspective, do you realize Michael Jordan at age 34, LeBron's 33 now, at age 34, Michael Jordan made first-team All-NBA defense. First-team defense. And LeBron finished 309th in individual defensive win shares. Are you kidding me?
Can you tell me the year Michael Jordan was responsible for scoring the ball, facilitating, rebounding the ball, and playing top-tier defense? Tell me the year in which he did that.
Name a year he played. Just name a year.
No, I can name
any year.
But
you can start with 84. Just start. Just name a year.
But Scotty,
90, 92, 96,
LeBron James is the only guy in NBA history to lead his team in scoring and assists for 15 straight years. Now, Michael Jordan has never done that. Now, maybe he played before they started keeping stats, because some stats, Jordan, they didn't start keeping until the 70s, like block shots.
Yeah.
But so that's neither here nor there.
They do keep defensive stats now, and your team fell to 29th out of 30 NBA teams, led by LeBron
I know
James.
there are a lot of teams that finished higher, but where are they currently? They're at home watching.
James? When it comes to defense, he's Lennon James.
What about this right
Lennon.
here? What you going to do about these 32, 12, and 7? What am I supposed to do about that, Skip? What am I supposed to do about that, Skip?
How did the Pacers get back in both games in Indiana? They're down 17 and down 60, and they got back. How did that happen? Lennon defense? I don't know.
You know what you know what you're going to be saying?
Yeah.
I know what you're going to be saying on Thursday. On Friday. How did they lose this series? They had LeBron James. Oh, it's weak. I know what you're going to say, but don't worry about it. I already got ammo saved up for it.
Hey, the beasts of the East are awaiting your guy.
Handle theirs. We got some little stuff with little minor details. Taking a little longer than we anticipated, but we'll fix it right on up.
Okay. You didn't think it was going to take this long?
No. It was supposed to be over with when we go home on Wednesday.
Talking about the Sixers. Will Russell Westbrook back up his talk and shut down Ricky Rubio tonight? We'll discuss that next.
And I won't back down. Shout out to the Eagles, Super Bowl champ. But I'm going to get mine next, because I got 3 weeks on it. All season. That's right. Watch me. There ain't no off season. Football don't stop. We've been out here the whole time.
You got to use it or lose it. For real, good luck stopping me next year.
And me. And me.
Thanks, I'll take that. That's no right. Y'all boys ready to play some football? Watch me.
Some things should never change, like the crisp, cold refreshment of Busch. But some things should, like John's lack of awareness.
Main menu.
To hear the options again, press 4.
Main menu.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. To make a payment,
Representative.
press 2. To hear the options
Representative.
again. Sorry, I didn't quite get that. Let's
Speak
try this
to a
again.
representative.
What are the last
Just give me the
4
phone.
digits of your
Representative.
Time and a place.
Have you noticed everything has a day? For instance, January 21st is National Hugging Day. But anyone can give a hug. Even this guy, he gives great hugs. But you do way more than give hugs. You care for your kids. your parents, and even the guy across the street who waves a lot. And AARP is here to help, connecting you with the tools you need to navigate the realities of caregiving. Think of it as one big hug. Take on today and every day with AARP.
Bronze and golden, new and tasty. Got the close-up of the crispy kernel. That's the name of the sandwich, because it's extra crispy like me. Get it in a $5 Philip at KFC.
I thought I was managing my moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, but I realized something was missing. Me. The thought of my symptoms returning was keeping me from being there for the people and things I love most. So I talked to my doctor and learned Humira can help get and keep UC under control when other medications haven't worked well enough. And it helps people achieve control that lasts, so you could experience few or no symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, control is possible.
Land Rover, above and beyond.
Big plays, baby, big plays. That's it.
Now we're in.
MVP, baby, MVP.
Is that Mike?
Yeah, he lost his wall or something. He's on his way.
Classic Mike.
Catch all the action at Buffalo Wild Wings.
On Thursday, for the first time ever, the NFL Draft is live on Fox. Join Troy Aikman and Joel Klatt for the 2018 NFL Draft, live on Fox and NFL Network.
Ricky Rubio had a career night in Saturday's win against the Thunder. He finished with a triple-double, including 26 points, and the Jazz won the game to take a 2-1 series lead. Russell Westbrook had a terrible night and then made a bold guarantee about Rubio heading into tonight's game. Let's take a listen.
He made some shots, too comfortable, but I'm going to shut that off next game, though. Guarantee that.
Shannon, did you like Russ's comments?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with his comments, but I'm sure Billy Donovan is saying, well, what the hell was that tonight? Because he just let Ricky, and truth be told, Ricky Rubio is out playing Russell Westbrook in this series because he had 22 in game 2 in a win. And now, because Skip Bayless said, if you don't get at least 20 points and a triple-double, it's not valid. So Ricky Rubio had 26. Now, Skip Bayless loved to talk about defensive rating because he just threw out LeBron James at 310. Russell Westbrook is 12th. And he just gave him a triple-double to Ricky Rubio. See, what gnaws at him when Steph Curry or James Harden or Kyrie, guys that Russell will say, those guys are on my level, they get their points, Russell just shakes it off. But Ricky Rubio, he's like, how y'all mention his name with mine? Cooked him. Now, cooked him. The things that make the great players in the NBA is that when they play their game, nobody can stop them, the other guy, from doing what they want to do. Now, you might try, but at what expense? Now, you know how Russell is, Skip. When he has something to prove, he'll go out and show it. But at what expense does he shut off Ricky Rubio that it harms his team from getting into their offense? Because here it is. In the fourth quarters, in the games they've lost, he got 2 points. Those are free throws. When is Playoff P going to show up again? You know that guy Skip, Playoff P?
I remember him.
Oh, yeah. I ain't seen Playoff P since game 1.
You mean George Paul?
No. He Playoff P. He said he wanted to be called Playoff P. That's what I'm going to call that man, Skip. I'm going to call it what he want me to call it. So I need to see Playoff P. But the fact of the matter is, Skip, I do not believe Russell can expend all of his energy trying to shut off Ricky Rubio and still be helpful to the OKC Thunder. That's not how it works. Normally, a guy, they don't play each other. They don't put Steph Curry on Russ. They normally give that assignment to who? Klay Thompson. Right. Exactly. You can't have Steph trying to exert all that energy on one end and then try to give it to you on the other. That's why my guy plays free safety now.
Yeah.
He used to be one of them old linebackers come downhill like Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
But now he in the back like Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Picking off passes that try to come up under the basket, Skip Bayless. So Russ is embarrassed that Ricky Rubio cooked him. Now he got cooking. He made some shots. And you know what happens? The guy sees the ball go in the basket a few times, Skip. Whoop, said it last night in the Indiana game. Jeff Green made a three-point shot, Skip. It didn't count, but he saw the ball go in. Then all of a sudden, Uncle Jeff started laying that thing out, trying to get it in.
Oh, now he's Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Hey, but anyway, Russell is embarrassed because Ricky Rubio has been out playing him. Yep. And he got a triple-double on Russ's watch. And what makes it so bad is that Ricky Rubio has been great down the stretch, and Russell has been abysmal down the stretch. And this is why I have no confidence in them, Skip. This is why I don't think they can beat Golden State or Houston, because I don't know which the big three going to show up. Is it going to be the one that showed up in game one? And even though they showed up, all three of them showed up in game one, Skip, the game was still close. So what happens when they don't show up?
That's a very good question. By the way, before I answer Joy's question, truth be told, you have taken many shots at Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, I have.
Show. You have.
Oh, Ricky Rubio.
That was a pretty good night for Ricky. And if you look back at his year, he had a breakout year offensively.
Yes.
And Utah had a breakout year just as a basketball team, because down the stretch, they went 29-6 over their last 35. That was the second best record in the NBA to Houston's, because Houston had an all-time year.
Yeah.
And I told you going in, love the Thunder. I picked the Thunder to win it all, but they had by far the worst first-round draw of all.
Portland says, Portland said, no, we have.
Make that case, but this team is serious business.
Yeah.
And I tweeted this a couple of times, going back maybe a month and then maybe 3 weeks ago, that I thought Utah could win the Eastern Conference. That's how well they were playing. I'm not sure with Embiid coming back with a vengeance the way he has. I'm not sure they could right now, but Utah is no joke. And all of a sudden, Utah has Oklahoma City up against it tonight. Oklahoma City is a 5.5-point underdog at Utah in a pretty crucial game 4. Could go down 3-1. Going home. And I got to tell you, as much as I love Russ's guts and his pride and his fight, I did not love him saying that, because I'm going to remind you again what Quinn Snyder said all year about his team. He said, the strength of my team is my team.
Yes.
And that's been his mantra in their battle cry. We are a team.
Correct.
We are together. We are very close. We are united. And Russ's comment is going to ignite the rest of the team. Maybe not Rubio. Maybe it'll play well to put Rubio on more of a hot seat. Maybe he'll crumble under the pressure to try to live back up to his Game 3 performance. But not only did I not like what Russell said, I did not like the way he said it, because he basically compared Ricky Rubio's game to poop, right?
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to shut that off, right? That stuff off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's going for the jugular,
Get
man.
him, Ricky.
Yeah, get him, Ricky. I mean, what's going to happen is Donovan Mitchell, he's a bad man now. He's got a lot of Russ in him. He's got that thing, that attack mode in him. And he's going to say, so you disrespected my man Ricky. Watch this. Rudy Gobert's going to say, you disrespected my man Ricky? Well, come on, Russ. Attack my rim that I guard. And I think it's going to be much harder on Russ. He basically called himself out, but he called out Rubio and he called out Utah. And do you know what's going to happen when Russ steps on that floor tonight in Salt Lake City? Do you know what's going to rain down on his head? Do you know how loud it's going to get? I've been there many times for big Michael Jordan playoff games, And it gets crazy in there, too. I know it gets crazy in Indianapolis, but it gets crazy. Like, what Russ is up against tonight is way higher degree of difficulty than what LeBron was up against last night against the Pacers. Utah's just better than the Pacers. So now Utah's got all the momentum.
Yeah, and
Here we
Oklahoma
go.
City don't have a player of the caliber of LeBron James.
That is true. That is true. Although Russ can approach it occasionally, but he doesn't approach it consistently. So all of a sudden, the big three for OKC, they better come to play tonight. And they better make some shots in the fourth quarter. I still love their chances. Maybe I should amend it to like their chances, but I think they will win tonight. And I'm going to stick by that. But you want to talk about degree of difficulty? You go poop on Ricky Rubio. This is going to be a battle royal.
Russ put a lot of responsibility on himself, but they need more than 2 rebounds out of Steven Adams, Skip.
I don't know.
The dude averages 9 rebounds a game.
Listen, and Gobert can be a monster.
Yeah, but Steven Adams is a monster also. He led the league in offensive rebounds. Yep. He's the only guy that had more offensive than defensive rebounds.
Yep. And if he hadn't fouled out with 2.5 minutes left in game 2, I think they were going to win that game.
Yeah, I mean, but Skip, he got to give you more than 2 rebounds. I mean, he pulling a Tristan Thompson. I mean, in the ball games and giving you 2 rebounds, you got to have more than that. I mean, come on. Yep. Oh, Tristan had 1. My bad. I'm sorry. Yep. He got a lot going on, Skip, but we ain't going to talk about that. But I'll tell you what. You said your guy. Now, Russ, I mean, you talking about that. Now, think about it. See, I tend to think that when a player is defensively rated, it's because he's on a good team, kind of like Kyrie. When they were starting out, the defense, they were awesome. They had like 3 guys in the top 5. And then all of a sudden it started, they weren't playing great team defense, and Kyrie started moonwalking out of there. You look at Russ' numbers. They got Steven Adams. Mm-hmm. They got a perimeter defender in Robertson before he got hurt. Now they got PG. So that makes their rating looks a lot better. Yep. But when you look at the Cavaliers, they don't have anybody that can lock anybody down, or they don't play team swarm defense. Mm-hmm. Now, they did get after that in the fourth quarter, Skip. That last 4 minutes, Kevin Love, Kyle Korver, all those guys hit the floor.
I agree.
I said, yeah. Now, see, I know y'all got that in you.
Yep.
I know I need y'all to hit the floor because I don't want Bron to get no knee burn. You know, he don't need to be on no floor.
Occasionally, the Cavs can give you about 2 minutes.
That's all we need. Yep. And Tyloo told him when he came to the sideline, said, guys, give me 2 minutes.
Yep.
All our defense, and we got this game. Because I know that 32. You see that bang shot he hit on Bogdanovich? He just looked over at Nate McMillan like, what you want me to do about that? I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
They doing all that. See,
what did he do in the third quarter again?
He took 1 point. He was cruising.
He's cruising?
He cruising.
How can you cruise in a game where you're losing?
Easy.
Huh?
Easy. Because he said I would turn it on in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, you see what happened, Skip? Bogdanovich. Oh, he did a great job on LeBron. He made it tough. The man shooting over 50%, averaging 32, 12, and 7. And Bogdanovich is doing a great job.
It was shameful that LeBron James got quote-unquote shut down by Bogdanovich with a 17-point halftime lead.
I mean,
really?
That's nothing new.
Really?
Because I saw LeBron James average 35, 13, and 9.
Really?
And Iguodala won the Finals MVP, averaging 16 points a night. But that's none of my business. But as long as I got that guy, I know you won't be sleeping well Wednesday.
Well, yeah, but that was Game 4 in the King's house. Remember that?
Whoa, Skip.
Iguodala was pushed into the starting lineup that night. Remember that? And all of a sudden, the whole series changed. I don't know what happened.
Actually, it changed in Game 3 because they won Game 3, and that's when Steve Kerr stumbled upon his death lineup, and it served him well. But you worry about Russ, worried about Ricky Rubio cooking him.
I'm worried about 5 out of 17 by Russell Westbrook. That just won't get it. He scored 40 points. He almost had a triple-double, but it did not matter.
Whoa. He almost had a quadruple-double. Tell him about them 8 turnovers. Because when LeBron James have that high turnover, you always mention that. You over there keep.
Russ is not even in the same conversation.
Oh, that's not what you said. He averaged a triple-double. You tell me he averaged a triple-double. You said it was because of him that everybody, especially LeBron James, all of a sudden wanted to average a triple-double. Ricky Rubio, I guess, following his lead, too. He said, I tell you what, you might not get one, but I'm going to get one on you.
Well, quick story. The other day at the airport, Ernestine forgot her driver's license, which is no good. But, of course, the security director came over and said, oh, I love your show because you picked the Thunder. So I'm sticking with the Thunder because he just said,
I'm calling.
She can.
I'm calling. I'm calling. I'm calling Homeland Security. That's unacceptable. You are not supposed
She had her old New York license.
No, that ain't good enough. You're not supposed to be able to fly without valid identification.
I picked the Thunder, and I own it.
Well, they should have let you go. They should let Ernestine go through and you stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could have gave the speech.
Maybe she could have. She could have given a speech.
Yeah.
And they would have